All right, guys, let's do a little story time today. So, this is a very old book with lots of stuff in here, but I have something very specific to show you, so I have to find it. That's Antigua. Um, that's an old fort. That's an old cannon they pulled out of here. That's the bay. Old time sailing ships used to sail into here. Okay, so we're looking for Egypt stuff. That's the island I rented in Honduras. Pretty cool. Christmas lights in Florida. At my house in Florida. Pretty cool. If I just bear with me here. Okay, so we're looking at the pyramid. I know it's in here. At least it should be. Okay. This is Egypt and the Sphinx. That's me windsurfing in the Red Sea. Somebody shot the car up. I think the engine in this one's underneath. They shot here, but it didn't destroy the engine. That's funny. I'm looking. Here it is. This is what I wanted to find. So, this is us inside the tunnel leading into the pyramid. Okay? One of the pyramids in Egypt. And now study the way this looks. Okay? And I don't know if there's any other pictures of this. Probably not. That's the image I wanted to find. There it is. Now, take a look at this tunnel. Does it look familiar? Now, to be honest, 90% chance this is just a fake, or maybe something made for a movie. But are the old gods awakening? Maybe. This is supposed to be filmed by a drone that they sent through a crack in the pyramid. And I thought I had seen this somewhere before. Here, check it out. So a drone caught this image. That's the story, anyway. And it intrigued me. In the ancient writings, not only the biblical writings, but others, it says that the old gods will awaken and start terrorizing the earth. Is this happening? It's very interesting that you can see movement in the hands. So this is Egyptian art that I have on my wall in my hallway. We brought it from Egypt. And if you look, I'm going to show you this one now. So here's the other one. And I want you to pay specific attention to this right here. And does that look very similar, doesn't it? Some of the other animals or whatever they are. This is directly bought in Egypt. It is Egyptian art on, well, I believe it's some type of leaf. I don't even know if it's papyrus, but it's a copy of their stuff that's on the tombs. This particular thing is weighing the soul of the dead person. So it's supposed to be, there's the soul, and that's a feather, and it's supposed to be lighter than a feather, or they go to hell, or Hades, or whatever. And these are the gods here that probably lived thousands of years. Interesting stuff. And here you go, and that's what they found in the pyramid. I don't know. What do you think? So this would be Anubis. If this is actually a real drone image, they caught Anubis in one of the tunnels. What does it mean? I don't know. Old gods awakening? Is it possible? There's a lot more going on. This is me and Artem standing on the Great Pyramid. Pretty cool. You can literally climb up it. No one's stopping you. You can climb all the way to the top, but we needed more equipment. Plus, we wanted to go inside the pyramid, which is what I want to show you now. This is actually us inside the pyramid. Look how perfect the blocks are inside. There's no erosion or anything. It's absolutely unbelievable. And tightly fitted with no mortar at all. No mortar. Let's take a look at this rock. What's really weird, I picked this up right at, I was sitting at the base of the stepped pyramid, and I picked this rock up. So here's the stepped pyramid, and this is exactly what it looked like. You know, at my feet here, there's just some sand, and look at this rock right at my feet. It had lines cut in there. And you can see here's another pyramid. Looks just like a pile of rocks in the distance. But, you know, when you get up close to it, it's actually a pyramid. Here's the pyramids with sun behind them. Really interesting scene. For me, the most fun thing in the world is to go into places like this and explore, like what's inside here. You know, I love this stuff. If you look, it has a divot drilled in it. And this is very difficult to do, and that is definitely machine tools. I don't even know how you would do it any other way. I've been thinking about this thing for quite a while. You're going to need some kind of grinding surface, and it's got to be like this kind of action to grind this pit into the stone. So I picked it up right there. I could see it there, and you can see that it's uniform, so something has been grinding on it in a circular pattern. It's pretty weird. The rest of the stone, it has a chip here. It looks like a chip. I don't think that's also a grind. I think that's probably a chip. If you look, this is probably a chip. But this is definitely something's ground out. You couldn't chip that off in that way. So it's really weird. This, again, was found right at the stepped pyramid. Lots more going on. If you look, here's one other just for comparison. For comparison, this is a stone that my son picked up in Greece. I'm going to say Crete. Yes, in Crete, on the shore. And you can see that somebody has drilled out a perfect hole here in this. It's actually circular and perfect and actually uniform all the way around until it comes to the end where they poke through and they didn't continue the drilling. So it does narrow. It narrows as it goes in. Somebody's definitely been drilling on this rock, and it could have happened in modern times. I just don't know why it ended up on the beach then. You can see another hole here and these holes here. But this is more like the action of what a drill would do. This is not a drill. This is like some kind of making a bowl out of it. I'm not sure if this was used as a capstone with some kind of implement, maybe holding something steady, or I don't know. But it was just thrown out with the rocks around my feet. Pretty strange. Pretty strange. This is how you would have to work with a stone to actually make it have a bowl shape in it, like this. You'd have to cut it with grinders, and the shape of the grinder would have to be shaped like that. This is the finished product, but with electricity and a lot of grinding. So it does look similar, doesn't it? I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let me know. On the hillsides. As you get far away from the lights of any city or small town, they twinkle, and they twinkle quite dramatically. It's shocking how much. So that's cool. Driving on the left. Driving on the left side of the road is very unique and interesting for an American or somebody who also lives in Russia. And it makes it fun to experience that. Interestingly enough about that, you can learn to do it equally as well as you drive on the right. And when you change countries, you know, like when I go to Cyprus, my home there, It takes me about a half an hour of driving before I'm acclimated again.